Hey there. All right, so today I'm going to be demoing Loubby AI and our suite of products and smart tools that essentially uses AI to help our customers of all sizes find, discover, recruit, and manage talent from emerging markets. And we're starting with Africa. So for all the many benefits that come with hiring far shore from emerging markets, like reduced costs and flexibility and diversity, just giving you a global presence. And a lot of companies are seeing that it's helping with generally with the company's productivity as well. We're building an operating system that can help you basically hire from these markets in a way that is very efficient and helps you all around end to end from the time when you have a job posting to the time when you hire and even afterwards onboarding them and retaining your talent, right? So I'm going to go and log into an account that has some data that can I could use to show you some of our the functionalities that we have available for you, right? So I'm going to log in. As you can see, we have a dashboard. Dashboard basically gives you quick shortcuts to and call to actions to a lot of the mundane tasks that you'll be doing within the platform. We also have like obviously high level data of activities happening, like for example, the calendar, upcoming events, your hiring process, and some metrics around that. We have a latest posting. You can basically delve into the last hiring activities you did. We have a widget here that shows you some matches for your open roles, and obviously some pipeline summary. So high level information and quick links to help you facilitate and fasten your process and workflow. We have an app selector here, and you can see we have two big apps. We have recruiting app and we have the management portal. Recruiting is everything before you find the talent. So it gives you an applicant tracking system. It gives you interviewing tools and tools for you to vet them. We also use AI to orchestrate a lot of this vetting for you. It gives you our AI assistant Jabari, which we're going to demo at some point in this video. It gives you also other things like a calendar and in-app messaging middleware where you can directly message with your candidates and expedite your interviewing process because you have real-time communication with them, and that's an invite only job specific conversation, so that privacy is also it's also privacy aware. And then the management platform has everything after you've found a talent, right? So think about onboarding the talent, sending them all the necessary documentation, offer letters, non-disclosure agreements, intellectual property documents, data privacy, anything that is going to make you compliant and candidate compliant to the employment is kind of things you can orchestrate using the management. Obviously, we have other things as well, like how you can pay them, which is also a big pain point for fast short teams. We have a way for you to manage your performance. So we have a whole performance management module where you can have self reviews, manager review, peer reviews, and all of that kind of stuff. We have time tracking and time management, have expenses and invoicing, and all those things that you would need to have a healthy team that has been managed from far shore, right? So we'll talk about that and how these two different big sub products integrate very seamlessly with each other and how you can basically leverage them as well, right? So here, as you can see, you have also CTAs that you can use to, if you have a talent right from the dashboard on the recruiting side, you can basically already start hiring, right? It takes you basically switches to the other app very seamlessly and gives you a way for you to start onboarding, right? So you can see from here, you can onboard using the pipeline if they're in the hiring stage of the pipeline, or if you want to basically just search our talent directory, or you can invite them to do the onboarding themselves, right? So gives you a very eloquent way to switch between apps and integrate the entire process as well, right? We have a way for you to browse our talent marketplace, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But essentially, it gives you a talent cloud of tens of thousands of candidates that are job seekers, and gives you very elaborate information about their profiles, and their work experience, their education experience, just like you would have in job boards like LinkedIn and other global job boards, right? Cool. Back to the dashboard. Also, there's a way for you to create a job listing. We also help you do job orchestration. We help you post them to job boards that are relevant, attract the right candidates, use AI to match them for you. But even while posting a job, it's so easy. You can just upload a JD. If you have one, it uses AI to parse the JD and fill all the information for you. Takes you through the different steps of the job posting widget. A lot of it have already been filled out for you. They have templates. You just need to click next. A lot of times it takes less than a minute to upload a job posting. Pretty easy, and we're going to do that in a different demo. Super high level, so I'm not going to do that, right? So you can share that with your, in the job boards to get candidates. Next, I'm going to go to our jobs tab that basically just lists all the jobs that you have uploaded in the platform. And it lists them, in a way, that is very visually easy for you to navigate through. If you have a lot of job postings, you can actually choose different kinds of views if you want them, if it's easier for you to view them in a list view or in a block view. And it's also like well segmented for different kinds of job posts. If you have different customer segments, we also have a talent pool where you can categorize different jobs into pools, and basically manage them almost in a folder structure way. um, Within the job posting, obviously, there is a way for you to manage the pipeline, how different candidates that are applying can go from one stage to the other in the pipeline. We can use AI to help you move things as you go through the interview process. You can also, have a widget here where you can move them to different stages. You can just drag and drop, and it moves them to the next stage. Um, and then obviously we have a way for you to sort the candidates that have applied and just basically just tag them, view them, see their details, see their resume, see their certifications, see who is a good fit if you wanted to do it manually. So if I say good fit here, it's a good fit, and say I want to filter by good fit, it shows me only the people that are good fits. There's a lot of things you can do manually, and a lot of it is also facilitated by AI. Matches is where we use AI to match the roles based on the JD uploaded and the candidates that are applying and the signals that make them strong candidates. We use AI to help you match here. So you can just come here instead of surfing through 136 people or 200 people, you can just come here and see how we've used AI to match strong candidates for you. We also have the communication middleware. This is an elaborate panel, elaborate feature that helps you interview your candidates if you wanted to use our interviewing tool. So essentially, you can do a normal chat back and forth with them, which is great. You can see these are real life scenarios. You can send them a video to hop on a video call. You can facilitate an audio message. You can, while even talking to them, view their profile, view their LinkedIn, view their resume. And then while on the video call, you can do things like take smart notes with AI. You can give feedback scorecards and have the rest of your team that are participating in the vetting process to also give feedback. You can do things like open a whiteboard, have the back and forth, record the conversation, use AI to score them. So we have all of that pretty much built out for you, right? You can see that you can send a video link. The person just clicks on it and poops, they're on the call as well. So it gives you like a very good collaborative surface where you can use to go through your interview process as well. We also have an AI interviewer that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but it's also something that's available. Obviously, we have the talent one. Obviously we have the talent marketplace that gives you, like I said, tens of thousands of talent from our talent cloud that you can surf, filter for different criteria, and essentially just do a reach out to them by maybe inviting them to come and communicate with you. But I can see we have like these profiles have like super elaborate description of their work experiences. A lot of times you'd see people upload their certifications, and it gives you a good feel of what you can do here. Cool. So you can also view their profile to give you even more detail about what you can do here. You can see their LinkedIn, right? You can see some metadata around them as well. Cool. All right. Resume. I'm not going to go through all of that. Next is pipeline management, a very popular ATS feature. Helps you manage how different candidates move to different parts of your pipeline. Um, And I'm not going to go into the pipeline too much, but essentially what you want it to see is, so for a particular role, you can move people to different stages. You can also do something interesting where you can view the details about this candidacy for the particular job application and for the particular role. So as you can see, we can view activities that have gone on. We can see automated tasks. We can see attachments like resume or any like video recording of the interview or any assets that are basically linked to this application and this role. We can see scorecards, how AI has score based on different criteria. And this is something you set up when you set up the job role. We have templates. This is the default template, but obviously you can set out whatever criteria that you want you and your hiring team to fit them on, references, assessments, and all of that, right? So, you have all of that handy for you. We also have assessments for you to do, send pre-vetting assessments to candidates if you want them to, basically pass a test or quiz before they actually qualified for the rest of the interview. You can set it up as a stage. We have like a calendar in app. You can integrate it with your other calendars to set up interviews and events and all that. We also have something like a Calendly feature where you can basically orchestrate availability and send it out to folks, and people can essentially book time with you. So a lot of other features as well, like talent pool and all of that. I'm going to skip all of that and go to the management feature, right? So many ways to get to the management feature is, if I go to the dashboard and I want to onboard someone, I can quickly basically just click hire talent and onboard from here, or I can just use the app selector and switch to the management feature. So this is everything after hire, right? So now I've hired somebody, I want to onboard them, I want to send them all the documents they need to be compliant, offer letter, like I said, NDA, IP documents, data use, all of that. We have pre-built templates for you. We also have a way for you to upload them or use GenAI to generate them. I'm not going to go over all of that, but like you can see, you can have different ways to onboard different types of talent, full-time, contractors, short-term, milestone-based as well. You can see I have some talents already onboarded here as well. Basically, send them reminders to onboard and have them enter their payment information and all of that good stuff, right? So for each of the talents that you pick, they would have, you can see, a lot of information about them as well. You can see their time, you can see documents, you can see performance if they have any performance feedback. All right. So next is payroll. I'm going to have a different video where I'll talk a little bit more about the team management and the team org and how it gives you a lot of insights about your team, but that's good enough for this high level video. Next is payment. You can create payment intents. You can create for salaried employees, milestone based employees, hourly employees, one-off. Salaried employees, look at them like full-time employees that receive payments in regular cadence. Milestone based, obviously like the Upwork model where you have deliverables for a project and you want to pay them after deliverables. Hourly is like for contractors, you want to pay them by the hour that they actually worked, and you can configure it to basically use overtime and nuts and all that stuff. We have one-offs, obviously, for one-off. Hey, I want you to build a website for me. I'm just going to pay you after the work. Or maybe even for regular employees that did something outside of the regular payment cadence, we could use one-off to pay them. So we have different models that support any type of payment structures you want, and it's so easy to set up. Essentially, all you need to do is basically set the payroll up and add all the employees that fall under this category. We usually advise people to do, if set one up for dollar payments, set one up for naira payments, set one up for um, rand payments, and all that basically just works seamlessly. Um, I'm not going to go through the flow, but it's extremely easy to set up as well. We have also guidelines for you to understand the different kind of payrolls that you're using. So that's that. Obviously, we have expenses, and then you can review expenses and approve of them, and it will basically be added to the payment circle. Remember, we have other things that we do on the back, under the hoods, like calculate local taxes for you, calculate all the things to make you compliant for the local payroll. We also have time tracking. You can easily track time used for your different candidates. So you can see that folks can enter very, very high level or even very, very detailed payroll. Time, how they use your time, and you can approve of it. You can essentially ask them to make changes. But basically, you can also set it up so that it uses the time they've spent to calculate their how much you're going to pay them for the month, right? We have performance tracking, all different kinds of performance self review, manager review, employer peer feedback. And there's also everything orchestrated to send reminders. You can set it up in different kind of ways. Obviously, we have a way for you to set goals for your employees, and view peer reviews, give feedback, and all that stuff. We'll talk about that in more detail in a different video, but just to give you high level. Other things as well that you can do is like, hey, you're in a global team, you definitely want to know when people have holidays. A lot of times it's not apparent, especially when you live in different time zones and different countries. You can set up, your holidays from here. We already have the default holidays for most countries already set up by default. So you don't have to do any extra work, but you can set up things that are outside of the standard holidays. There's a way for you to view insights and see the different happenings within your platform. Right. Next thing I want to show really quick is our AI assistant, Jabari. So Jabari is our AI assistant that is super knowledgeable about the platform. It is contextual about the data, where to find the data, what pages show the data within the platform. You can do read operations, you can do write operations. We have a few things, suggestions of things you can do here. You can ask Jabari to search talent, you can ask Jabari to create a job posting for you. You can ask Jabari to schedule an interview for you. You can ask Jabari to chat with anything you want to do, right? And I think this is one of the features that sets us apart from any platform out there amongst many others or other features that we have. This one, really helps you facilitate and really fasten your hiring process, and we've gotten really good feedback from our customers. So I can say, Jabari, show me five main stack developers in Lagos with five main stack developers, five great, um, and you can actually make mistakes. You can type anything arbitrary here. It basically figures it out. It doesn't only figure out what you want. It basically vector searches our vector database, uses AI, ChatGPT 4.0 to augment the query, and it navigates to the page that is relevant for the query. So, for example, in this case, I'm searching for developers. So it knows that, hey, I need to go to the marketplace because that's the place that I show developers. So you can see that it didn't only navigate you away from the dashboard where you were, it also navigated you to the page that is relevant, and it shows you the exact number five, right? And it also shows you basically, it does basically done a huge level of matching for you. And you can ask it anything and it does it for you, right? You can ask to create an interview, you can ask it to create an assessment, you can create a job posting, and it does it for you. So that's one of the things that also sets us apart from a lot of people, a lot of products. I'm going to stop here. I imagine there might be questions, but the best way to kind of have a lot of questions answered is to try it yourself. But I'm open to feedback. But yeah, thank you. Let me know. Have a good one, and see you in the next video. Bye.